You're watching the On-Demand Report video series. This video is on the Reading Recovery and DLL school data comparison sheets. So our Reading Recovery and DLL school data comparison sheets report data about schools in your site. There are two versions of this on-demand report, the first being the Reading Recovery version of the report, and the second being the DLL version of this report. Each of these versions just either reports on Reading Recovery data or DLL data. In this report, it computes a set of statistics for the school, and then a second set of statistics for the school district that the school belongs to. Let's take a look. So here is an example of a school data comparison sheet. We're looking at specifically a Reading Recovery school data comparison sheet. You will see the name of the school listed right here at the top of the page. And there is one page for each school in your site. So you will notice up here that we are displaying page 1 of 16. So there are 16 schools in this site. And to move to a different school, we can click on this next page button, and that will cause the report to remove to the next school, and you will see the name of the school update on the screen. I'm going to move back to page 1 here. So let's take a look at how the report is laid out. So along the left-hand side of the report here are the different statistics that are being computed for this report. So if we start at the top here, we'll see that the report is going to compute the discontinuing rate for full program students in the school. All right, so these are students who were recommended or discontinued. Then the next line, the report's going to compute a discontinuing rate, but for all students that participated in Reading Recovery or DLL. Next, it computes the discontinued students' growth compared to our average first grader. So this is our national random sample, and it's comparing it in terms of years. So how many years of growth did your discontinued students make compared to the average first grader? Next line, it's doing a similar comparison, but it is comparing your recommended students' growth. So it's going to look at how much growth in terms of years your recommended students made compared to the average first grader. And this is the average first grader nationally. Next, it computes a 5-year discontinuation rate for full program students. So once again, for those kids who are either a discontinued or a recommended program. And then it computes a 5-year discontinuing rate for all students. Next line, it looks at the percentage of children who were recommended for additional services after 20 weeks of either Reading Recovery or DLL. Then it computes the percentage of children who had an incomplete program at the end of the school year. Then it goes on and computes the average number of weeks required to discontinue first round students. Then we look at the percentage of children who were none of above, those students who were removed from the program. And then our final statistics that get computed are missed lessons statistics. The first is here, the average number of missed lessons per child for the child, with the reason being that the child was absent. Then it computes the average number of missed lessons when the child was unavailable. And then we come down here to teacher missed lessons. So we looked at the number of lessons missed for when the teacher was absent and the average number of lessons missed when the teacher was unavailable. At the bottom here, there's some places where teachers can write in goals, either district Reading Recovery goals or DLL goals, or individual school goals. Now, you can't type anything in these boxes. You have to print it out, and then teachers can write in those goals for you. And that's simple enough to print out. If you come to the top of the screen here and you simply click the print link, this will briefly open up another tab, and then you will see a report gets downloaded at the bottom here. It's a PDF file. You can print out this PDF file, and there is one page for each of your schools in that PDF file that you've just downloaded. Okay, now, so we've looked at the type of statistics that are computed, and if we go over to this next column, you'll see that this column is labeled School Average, and this is where the data for the school that's shown up in the title here are shown. So all the statistics we talked about here, this is where the school's data is shown in this column right here. And then you can look over in the next column and you'll see that it then shows the average for the school district. So now you can compare the school's average to all of the school districts' average and try to get a little comparison going there. So some potential uses for this report. Well, you can certainly use it for your first continuing contact session of the year with your teachers, so you guys can go and look at how you finished out the last year and then do some planning and goal making for the current school year. You can use it with meeting with school administrators. So if you have a meeting with a school administrator and they want to know some quick information about what's happening in the school, you can print out and bring this along with you. But please do not use this in a public forum. This report is just meant for, like I said, for our administrators or for your teachers. It does contain individual information about schools in there. It doesn't contain any information about students, but sometimes the numbers are small enough that we don't want people to be able to guess from these reports about which individual students got what. Thank you once again for watching our on-demand report video series. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel to all of our videos, especially our I Love Data Fridays.